We are live, ladies.
Hey everyone.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone. Hi, Christina. Hi, Allocator. Hi, Joe Mill. Hopefully, notification goes out. We can get this party. Oh, yeah, just went out. Nice. So, we can get this
Whoop,
party started. Oh, yeah, just
hang
went out.
on.
Nice.
Ooh, notifications.
There we go.
What is going on with my phone? Why is my. Whatever. My Samsung keyboard is like updating foreign languages. Anyway,
Mm.
hi, Dishy. Well, I know you guys have probably missed us, and I know you've probably been waiting for us to go live to react to Corey Feldman's live he did about us and him pouring his soul out about how much he loves us.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over
Yeah.
that video here today. We might have some people join us here in a little bit. We'll see how it goes. So, you just want to get to it, ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go. Oh, oops, might help if I screen share first.
ACC07. Glad you got the message.
What?
Okay. Hey, Gloria. All right, hide this. All right, let's play this. You guys, you know what to do. Just yell pause, and I'll pause it.
Oh
Damn, you
yeah.
almost
Okay.
have 300 views on this, Kim. That's good.
What's that?
You almost have 300 views on this. That's good.
Yeah. Considering I just uploaded it yesterday, I think.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Anyway, so Heather, I'm going to be talking about what happened to you tonight, and I want everybody to know what's going on because this is a very, very serious situation happening.
Sorry for whatever that squeaking sound is in the background. That's on his end, not our end.
He claims
Um,
he claims
Darcy's disguise.
yeah, he claims that it's to hide his location. But somebody sent me a message and said that they've been to Jamaica like tons of times and it's actually tree frogs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's funny. All right.
For those of you who haven't been following, ever since the movie was released, we were attacked in a major way. It started with the premiere. I mean, it started years before that, obviously, everything that happened to me. But what I've come to realize is we're no longer dealing with just a group of trolls. We're no longer just dealing with people who are following some kind of cult-like thinking that, you know, Judy persuaded into doing these things. That's what we thought when we made the movie. But now, in the light of recent events and everything that's happened since, I now believe that this is a much larger operation.
Oh, God.
I think they're the face of it. I think they are the front, the grunt workers, if you will.
I take offense to that. I don't do grunt work, okay? You might, and you might have people that, oh, I was going to say you pay to do yours, but you don't pay people. Never mind. I don't do grunt work. Kim and Stacy don't do grunt work either.
For a much, much larger operation. I can't tell you how high the operation goes, but what I can tell
Because
you
there
for
is
sure
no
is
operation.
that these people are dead set on silencing me, breaking me, and destroying me. That's what I know. They've done everything in their power to silence me by both halting the performance of my film and upsetting many fans and many people who supported it by cutting off their ability to see it the night of the premiere and the next day. And obviously, they cut off our financial stream as the movie was premiering. Okay? So the point is that they stopped it right then and there. But it wasn't just a hack. This is what we've learned. It wasn't just a hack. It was also a well-planned, sophisticated operation where they not only stopped the film from being seen, But they at the same time built a duplicate website, stealing our script off of our original website.
Okay, hold on a second. First of all, like, we know nothing about this other website. Do you guys? I don't.
Nope.
This other
Never heard of
website.
it.
And how could another website steal his movie unless they had his movie? How the hell would we have gotten his movie to steal it before he even premiered it?
The only one who admitted to having a supposed copy was that crazy bitch. You know who? I'm not mentioning her name. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he also says that on this website that was duplicated, we were charging $30 a ticket.
Yeah.
He's
What? I don't even know what freaking website he's talking about. That would have been a brilliant idea, but it's not us. You know, where's the proof of this? Where's the evidence of this? All right.
And streaming our film on this fake website. The fake website was off by one letter, so it would easily confuse people, or people who just typed one extra letter in the wrong place at the wrong time, kind of thing, would immediately have access to what looked like our website. They were selling tickets at $10 more than the actual ticket price.
Okay, and how are they selling tickets when you needed a login? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
zero sense. Like, I don't know.
If anybody out there was charged $30 for a ticket when you signed up and you got to watch the movie, or if you got to watch the movie stream at all, before we got it streaming 4 days later, you
4
were
days
watching
later, you had
It
it
was the next
streaming
day.
the next day. Jesus.
the hacked version of the movie. And they were making money. So you have to realize that nobody would spend the kind of money that it takes on this kind of technology to silence me and to then put my movie out in a very negative way, in a very negative light, if they weren't profiting from it. And you have to have money to make money. So they're making massive money. And the point is that obviously we all know they're pedo protectors. We all know that these people are supporting the cult-like group called the Wolf Pack, who is supporting the pedophiles. And we've already proven that they're working in conjunction with the pedophiles through evidence that we've posted. Okay, if you're following along, then you know all of this already. Okay? So, point being that the night of the stream, their website launched live. At the same time the hack went down, okay? Which means that they literally stole the film in real time and got it streaming on their own websites. They had multiple fake websites. Okay?
Bullshit.
So they were charging money and making money for the pedophiles we were exposing. That's who benefited. You want to know where the money went? That's where it went. Okay? Because
Wait,
we got cut off.
Kim, are you talking?
No. Oh, in the background of
okay.
the video.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought I
in the back-
Oh, and this. Okay, I was like, I swear I hear Kim like softly laughing. All right,
in
sorry.
the video. Sorry. Sometimes I
Okay.
hear you looking off.
I'm in big trouble over it financially. And they know that. That was their plan all along. Okay? And on top of it, they made sure that I didn't make any money by putting at least 150 hacks of the movie out on YouTube and on BitTorrent services.
What the hell is
And
that?
Facebook.
Where you can download it.
Live on Facebook. I mean, we have all
Hold
the
on, it's what?
A BitTorrent site is where you can upload a movie and download it for free.
Oh, okay. I was unaware of that. And Feldman, newsflash, you have had lots of enemies over the years. Remember when you were on the Today Show and like the whole world made fun of you and you were curled up in a ball crying on Facebook Live? So like, not everything that happens to you negatively is us. So, you know, make sure you're not misinforming people and slandering people because that could catch you a lawsuit real quick, Corey.
Yep.
Yep.
evidence together.
He needs the damn 5150.
Shut down many of
Yeah.
these sites. We're still working on getting some shut down. We have a cybersecurity company that I had to pay money to after I've been broken. I have to pay more money that we're not making back on just trying to catch them, right? But it's gotten worse. It's gotten way worse. You see, they don't only attack the people that are actually doing the whistleblowing, but they also attack anybody associated with helping the whistleblowers. FBI, yeah, FBI we need. We've sent several reports to the FBI, okay? No response, just letting you know. So I'm putting this out there in a massive way, and I hope somebody picks it up, because obviously I've been silenced by the mainstream media. They haven't reported on anything we've reported.
That's because they don't care about you. And the names you named are already out there again.
Okay? And now we've made several reports to the FBI on, several giant crimes. I mean, cyber crimes.
Good. Go after the people that did it. It's not us.
Theft, fraud. There's so many different levels of this thing. It's insane. Okay? So if you happen to be a federal agent and you're watching this, you might want to look into it. And we're having to hire top attorneys and top investigators to put all the pieces together.
Instead of paying your
so we can hopefully
employees?
create a federal case. Because what needs to happen here is a federal trial needs to happen, and these people need to be traced. Because whoever these people are and whoever is paying for this operation is obviously being paid by the pedos. So if you follow the breadcrumbs, you're going to lead right to the people we're trying to expose. Now, I don't think that
Do you think he knows he sounds nuts?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think he knows that he sounds nuts? He sounds crazy.
He sounds
I
like a
know.
paranoid schizophrenic. That's what
He
sounds
is.
He does.
Like, he sounds absolutely insane. I was like, holy shit, he has completely lost his mind. He totally sounds like a conspiracy theorist. Like,
well,
Yep.
doesn't
He
he know
does
we
need
don't like those people?
what?
Doesn't he know that we don't like conspiracy theorists? We're so not that.
Right.
Yeah.
Can even afford this kind of stuff. So obviously I tapped into something much
Hey,
bigger
Phil.
than I realized when I made the film. So one thing I can tell you is that they've escalated these things to magnanimous levels, giant levels.
Uh-oh,
One
what
of
did I
which
do?
is
Uh-oh.
the people that are helping me have
Thank you, Nikki, for the $20 super chat. Thank you.
are a bunch of women, by the way, very wonderful women. Those wonderful women have been sent porn to their emails and to their phones.
Okay, so now we're sending porn of children to HDM and other people? Like, give me a fucking break.
Okay, but hang on for a second. That's actually a serious accusation because
Yeah.
this porn was not just child porn, it was child torture porn, apparently, if this is true. And if it is, she needs to notify the police and other agencies because it definitely wasn't us.
No.
Right. Definitely. That's sick.
It is sick.
Anonymously, okay? On top of it, it's been reported by the woman who runs my website that she was sent an email to the website that was child torture porn. Did you hear that? Child torture porn. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard of.
Me too. I agree with you there.
And unfortunately, she had to open it. She had to look at it to even know that it was there. Well, I'm sure they assumed I would be the one looking at it, so it would be in my computer so they could try to frame me.
Oh,
But
geez.
fortunately, I'm not stupid. So I don't open my own.
Heather is.
Secondly, This is being forwarded directly to the FBI. Directly to
Good.
the FBI.
Please
Because
do
that's what
that.
you do when you receive child porn. You report it to the federal government. So we're clear. All of this has been sent and forwarded to the federal government.
No problem.
We are waiting to find out who will
Hey,
take the
Jackie.
case. So,
Does
not
Jackie
only
want to come on?
promoting pedophilia,
Do you want to come on, Jackie? I sent you the StreamYard link. So if you want to come on, just
Click on it.
let me know though if you want to come on or not in the chat, so I can switch back to the StreamYards to see when you're backstage. Michelle shaded, yeah, so he is okay for Heather to receive
Jackie
it.
says yes,
She
just
says
a
okay,
minute.
just a minute. Yeah.
but they're actually engaged in the pornography, which of course has to do with child sex trafficking. So we're talking about some very, very serious crimes going on right in front of our eyes.
That is
We know
serious.
for a fact
Mm-hmm.
that the Wolfpack is working with Marty Weiss, a convicted child pedophile. So he's working under the guise of Michael Lundgren.
Oh
By the
yeah,
way,
that's another
Michael
thing.
Lundgren,
He thinks Dick is Marty. Wrong.
Dick is another
Dick.
person altogether. And we
Yes.
know who he is. And Charisse
Yes.
knows who he is because she fucking doxed him.
Gina knows who he is too because she was given that information a long time ago. It was discussed. Because I thought it was this whole thing. I thought they did something. But that's been cleared. I mean, that's like 2 years ago. So they're just fucking stupid.
Is Jackie backstage? No.
Dick Danger, aka Rick Ranger, aka Bucky Beaver, aka. He's got a new profile every day. But Michael Lundgren is always the guy behind it, right? And he has been doing things like admitting and blasting that he was going to put multiple copies of my movie out for free on YouTube.
That's it.
Just so you know, we're losing
Yep.
money and they're profiting. So I really need all of you to support this film. It's out for another
Him.
Oh, good point, Bruno. You want to say we're working with Marty Weiss because he's on Twitter and we're on Twitter and engage in tweets. But you have pictures with this man. You were friends with him for many, many, many years, just like you were with Dominic. But we're the ones working with pedophiles. You were the one living with the pedophile and literally working with the pedophile on Busted, you sick fuck. Sorry.
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta remember Bobby's channel monetized. Oh, alright.
I have to do something to keep fighting these people. And just so you know, if you follow any one of them, the way they will try to goad you in is by, saying, "Oh, I've got this information on Corey, and he's not what you think he is. He's a terrible person. Let me show you all of this information that we have on him." And they'll show you a bunch of made-up stuff, made-up memes, fake memes, and it's all disparaging and all defamatory. Okay?
It's the
But
truth.
that's not where it stops. Here's what happens. When you respond to them, they immediately follow you and have you on their eyesight, okay? And from that time forward, you will be engaged multiple times, as was Charisse Van Horn, who wrote that incredible article about
don't even.
being brainwashed by the Wolfpack.
Mhm.
They will do everything in their power to convince you, no matter how hard you listen, no matter how much you follow me, no matter how big of a fan you are, no matter how much love you have in your heart, they will find a way to convince you that I'm the bad guy and they're telling you the truth. Okay? Now, when this happens, this is what they do. If you do not go along with it, they start harassing you and attacking you
Oh, yeah.
until you are the one being stalked and terrorized.
Was it?
So it's blackmail. Eventually,
sorry.
they get you so.
Yep.
I would just like to clarify that I do not harass, stalk, or anything to anybody. In fact, I don't even go on his damn page.
Same.
Yeah, I put out what I put out, and people come to me. That's the difference. And I know that you guys are the same way. So him
Yeah.
saying is another lie.
He accused me yesterday on Twitter of being some sock account, and it wasn't me. I've been dealing with a whole separate issue with a friend for the last, since Tuesday night, so I haven't even really been on or paying attention to him much, and I definitely wasn't that sock account, so. But yeah, you're right. Like, I don't go on his threads and try to, change people. I know Dick does, but that's what Dick does, you know?
That's why
Yeah.
he's a dick.
Person. Like, I
Yeah.
haven't talked to Dick privately, and I don't even know how long. You know.
Dick's
Yeah.
actually taking a break right now, he said.
Oh, well, there you go, Core. You got a break.
So weekend, you have no
Jackie said, "Sorry, going to try for my laptop connection isn't working very well." All right, Jackie.
choice but to join them. Or they continue harassing and stalking you. And by the way, when you block Michael Lundgren, he somehow magically appears back in your thread over
Was
and
it?
over and over.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like to point out that he's doing to everybody exactly what he used to do to me. He's trying to control who you speak to, what you think, who you follow, who follows
Yeah.
you. He's trying to do exactly to you guys what he did to me. And thank you, Corey, for proving that.
Yeah.
Same here.
I haven't even been on, and his Feldman has been talking about me, saying horrible stuff that my husband should pull me into the house from the garage and beat the shit out of me. That's real nice supporters you have there.
Yeah, and that same guy is posting about me, calling me a dumb slut, dumb bitch.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Why is Twitter allowing this to happen? I sent dozens of reports to them over this person. And yet, there he is. Every time I open a thread, he manages to just jump right into conversations. Would we say that maybe this is privileged? Is there some kind of privilege
People, isn't
happening
that?
here on Twitter? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, folks. How about Wikipedia? Do you know that in Wikipedia, when you look up my album or you look up certain things about me, all you find is links to terrible situations like people giving bad reviews. They don't talk about the fact that I've had 2 top 40 hits on the
What was
Billboard
I gonna
chart.
say?
Yep.
So he's gonna bitch and moan now about if you Google his name, everything that comes up is negative. How he's in the top 100 worst albums and everything else. Go and try and search Corey Haim's name and see what happens because of him. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think the only reason why his music has been in the charts is because people make fun of it. Like, he
yeah,
actually praised himself when the Today Show thing happened, and it literally was because everybody was making fun of him. And I'm sure that's why the You Are Free song did the same thing, because it's horrible.
it is horrible.
They don't talk about the fact that I've had multiple charting records outside of that. No. What they talk about is the link that goes right to 100 worst albums of the year, or, worst album of all time, or some crap like that. That's what they link to. And on top of it, no, they don't, and forget the free link to your movie, they keep adding to the wiki page. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. You're exactly right. They do. That's the other thing they do, is they go onto the wiki page.
I don't even know what a wiki page is.
Or to the links that are, their pages that they created. So don't bother looking it up on Wiki. If you want to watch the movie, there's only one place to watch it, and that's mytruthdoc.com. mytruthdoc.com. It's at the top of my profile all the time, every day. So anyway, I just wanted to inform you people of what's really going on, how terrible it is, and what we're up against. This is no game. Now I'm going to open it up for a couple questions. I'm going to let a few of you join. I'm going to see how this works here. Let's see.
Oh my god, that sound is giving me a headache. The frogs.
Okay, well, I guess you guys have to request to join. So anybody that wants to request to join can do so now, and then I try to bring you on with me if you want to ask questions.
And if I had a sock account that I would use, that I would want you to know, I would literally come onto your Twitter lives.
That's what I said. We died one day. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot from Bobby's chat because I don't want to unhide it because somebody just gave me their cell phone number. All right, I got it, Nikki. Thank you. Okay. Kim Ross, please check Twitter inbox.
Okay, I will.
007. All right, I'm gonna go grab some Excedrin and I'll play this for a second. Sorry.
Besides that, if you have other questions you want to ask, feel free to ask them now, and I will try and answer you. Thank you very much, Lon. I can't read your name. I'm sorry, Lon Agami. Anyway, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Sorry, I can't read your name. Let's see, is there any questions? Yeah, I don't understand why the notifications are coming through either.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sound seems louder
Thank you, that
now.
would be great.
I
Yes,
know.
wonderful.
Are those
Sending
frogs like
any
mating?
resources possible.
What the hell? For real.
Donna, Destiny.
Marty says that's
Okay,
the sex
let's
swing
bring
at
you
the
in.
swingers resort.
It's the hamster wheel on his fucking empty head.
Well,
Oh my god, I was trying to
she's
swallow
coming on
Excedrin. I
now.
almost
Let's see
choked.
what this is.
Hello.
Hi, Donna. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thanks. I can't
Yes.
see you.
Is it worth
But I can
watching
hear
this
you.
part?
Yeah, I don't have the.
Okay.
I'm doing really good tonight. I just want to commend you for everything that you're doing, and I appreciate your voice out there for everything.
God
And
bless
keep
you.
fighting, and I will keep fighting as well. God bless you. I pray all the time for you.
Thank you so much, and I'm sorry for what you've been through.
It's
Okay, why
it's
won't
tough,
it
but we're
fast
still
forward
going.
now?
We're still kicking.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know what? Every
It's people
voice
like
counts.
you that helps us so much,
Thank
and
you.
that's help.
Thank you.
God bless you.
I tried pausing it and trying to.
Well, you help us
Okay.
the proper link to my film because we need as many people to see this film as possible because we need to spread the message. Until we spread the message, there's going to be no way that they're going to open
Every time I
investigations
take
into
the
these
mouse
people.
to my other monitor, it won't let me.
Why not?
There's only two ways to do it: to go the federal route or to make the movie loud enough to where people actually do something.
Okay,
So
it does
anything
mention
that you
the
need me to
angels in
do,
one
because
of
I
his
love
symbols.
everything that you're doing and what you stand for in every way.
Thank
Well,
you.
this only
As much as
fast
you can.
forwards 5
It's up to
seconds.
I will.
So.
And we're going to try and get as many people to watch it as possible. God
Will
bless
do.
you. God bless.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Stay safe out there. Stay safe. Bye bye. All right, that was nice. All right. Let's see. Who's next?
I would have loved to go on there.
Me too.
Me too.
Priceless.
Dead, seeing our faces.
To join us? That's right. MyTruthDoc.com.
Hold
Thank
on,
you
I
so
gotta
much.
read this comment from the Bobby's whole channel. I don't know why he's always talking about him having had gay sexual acts when it's Feldman who lacks the traits of masculinity. Hain looked like a dude. Feldman looks like gay bait. That's some funny shit. That comment was Or pause it in the meeting.
I appreciate you, Theo. Thank you for all your help.
Christy, I saw in the chat that you said you bought some Haymart. Are you the one that I saw on Twitter that just bought 6 pieces? I saw somebody on Twitter say that they just bought like all 6 pieces of Hames art. And I mentioned Christy. She said that she just bought some Haymart. I wonder if it's the same person as JT, why don't you go over to my chat so you have a wrench, Goofy?
Great help. Good guy, Theo.
Is he really?
007. Wait, what?
The person that he's talking about is the one that said that George needs to slap you around. And he's saying thank you for your help. He's a great guy.
Not only did he tweet it, he said it on a live with Shangy. I found out yesterday because I don't watch Shangy's video, so I had no idea. 007, I can check my Twitter DM. So if it's something that you want me to get to Kim or say or something, you can send it to me on Twitter. It's just at Suzi-Q7979. My DMs are open. Uh-oh. Gosh, dude, I need freaking mod and another one, but it's all good. All right. Oh, is that what you just said? Let me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Theo. Thank you for all your help.
Oh, yeah.
Good guy, Theo.
Yeah.
Appreciate him very much.
Great guy saying that a man should pull his wife out of a garage into the house and, quote, slap her around. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yes, nice supporters.
Oh, good, Christy. Oh, then maybe I saw it on Facebook. I'm not sure. She did buy all 6 pieces. That's awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Who's that? Leader of Pack 1. Well, I hope it's not the Wolf Pack 1, because then I don't think I want to talk to you.
Dude. I hate his laugh.
I don't know.
I don't think I got your information, Antonia. Just Chris? No, the Angel Gang. Okay, well, come on in. You're welcome to join. But you didn't send the request, so I've got another request here first. So we'll go to them
That's
first,
cool, Dash.
and then we'll get to you next. This is Bella, I believe.
Okay.
It's
Are you
Heather.
backstage? Oh, hold on. Let me pause
It's Heather.
this. Just in
Heather,
time,
Heather,
Jackie,
how are you?
because one of these calls he talks about you guys. Stand by, people. I've got to bring Jackie, the ultimate spy, onto the stream. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
hey.
Yeah, looking good.
I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
It's growing.
Um,
I've been so good. How are you guys?
Good.
I've had a
Nice,
stressful
thank
week,
you.
but it could always be worse, right? So, but all right. Well, let's see if this is the where he talks about you guys, because I'm sure you would love to respond.
I would.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm good, thanks.
Good.
I just wanted to know if there's like if there's anywhere that we can report links and things that we find. Like, is there like a web portal for that through
Yes.
the federal government?
Well, we don't have one directly to the federal government.
Well, the
but
Theo
we
guy
do
he just
investigating
praised is a
attorneys
male fan.
who are, very powerfully connected, the ones that we're
Right.
currently working with, where it will eventually get to the feds. That's the whole plan. So what you can do is you can email any information you have to Corey at CoreyFeldman.com.
Sorry, I want to fast forward.
Sound effects. We have sound effects playing in
Oh,
the house
good.
right now. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to decipher, I'm sure. Anyway, it's yeah, we have to do things to kind of mask our location. So
Okay.
that's one of the things we're doing. But
Well, tell
anyway,
the tree turtles to stop
I thought maybe
pumping.
you had like a weird bird.
we're hiding, and it's not fun. I can't even go home to the U.S. right now.
Oh.
So it's pretty awful. Why are people laughing? People are laughing at that. That's
Yeah,
not really
funny.
funny.
Why you
Probably the weird bird thing. Like it is that you guys are forced into this.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, listen, I was like, at least I feel safe because I'm not within their range. I mean, they know where I live.
Yeah.
They know where I live. They come by my house. They broke into my car since I've been gone. They
Oh.
stole everything out of it.
Okay. Well, why don't you check your cameras and see who broke into your car? Okay, because it certainly wasn't any of it. Kim, did you? Oh, the border's closed, so it couldn't have been you. Stacy, did you fly over and break into his car?
Yeah, there's no flights here either.
Jackie, what have you been doing, girl?
I swear I didn't do it.
What about you, Sue? What about you?
I don't recall. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't want to get shot by his armed security.
All right.
My husband's car was broken into a few months ago. Should I blame that on his Feldman?
Mine was too,
Give me
so
a
I
break.
blame it there.
That's right. And that's like a huge thing in California because when I moved here from Illinois, Jackie, probably where you're from too. When I moved to California, it was like always lock your doors. If you're on the street, even if you're running into someone's house, because there's so many homeless people here and they go around and they look for cars that are unlocked.
Yep.
And take stuff out of it. And I guarantee you, multiple cars on his street were broken into that same night, and it wasn't just his car. I guarantee you.
Left a calendar on my front doorstep with a wolf on it the night before the premiere. So, they've been making it very clear that they know where I live. And of course they know where I live because one of the angels was actually living at our house.
There we go.
I was literally living there for a year and a half undercover, and we had no idea. So we lived with us while she was training, and we were teaching her. My wife spent hours and hours and hours rehearsing with her free.
I'm sorry. Why would Courtney rehearse with Jackie?
Courtney doesn't know how to play the bass. First of all, I spent hours for free teaching her how to play her parts on the keyboard.
Someone should teach that bitch how to dance too, because she can't even do that. Oh God!
Dance! Dance!
Look at the Today Show if you don't believe me. She can't dance to save her life.
Song, and she didn't even know how to play bass before she joined, which should have been our first clue. She knew how to play piano, and she learned really quickly, and she had a decent voice. So we were like, okay, why not? We'll give her a shot. And she claimed to be a spiritual person, and it wasn't until after she joined that we realized that she had a fake Facebook page that she showed us because her real Facebook page was called Singing for Satan.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you're kidding.
No, I'm not
terrible.
kidding. That happened right around the time that she all of a sudden disappeared out of our lives, and her girlfriend, who claimed to be a Catholic but certainly was no Catholic, her and her girlfriend.
She wasn't Catholic. That's why her contract was modified so she could go to Mass on Sundays.
Yeah, she's absolutely Catholic.
Yeah.
Were basically trying to scare Darcy, who lived with us also, into leaving and saying that we didn't care about her and we didn't want her there, and they were like, messing with her head constantly to the point where when we found her, when we came home, she was in a ball, cried on the floor.
No, you guys were the ones messing with Darcy. Okay, and she was probably crying because she regretted not leaving with Jackie when Jackie literally had to escape from your house when you weren't home. Right, Jackie?
There's a question
Yeah,
for
I left
Jackie.
while they were in Hawaii.
Yeah. What's the question in the chat?
It's from Michelle. She says, I'd like to verify with Jackie that he knew her background before asking her to move in because he told me that he knew about these girls before signing them.
Absolutely. He knew that I was a stripper, and he knew about the band that I was in called Singing for Satan. And we had lots of conversations about it. He knew that I wasn't a Satanist, that it was satire.
Mm-hmm.
Completely irritating.
Yeah.
God, he's an
There
idiot.
you go.
Yes.
And she told us about everything that happened and the whole experience. And at that point, we were like, okay, we've got to do something. We've got to, tell people that these people aren't who they claim to be. And by that point, it was too late because they had already started making videos and teaming up. And then we realized that our worst fears were true.
Okay, so he says you guys were undercover, that, this big operation was formed, and you guys were sent in there undercover, because that's what people would do, is send these poor women into your house so you could drug them, sexually abuse them, not pay them, and everything else, because that totally makes sense.
Ridiculous.
Now he's saying, oh, well, we were going to expose them for what they were, but then they started doing videos. No, everyone bolted on your tour, and then you did a video asking for $10 million, lying again, saying that you don't know why, but all your bandmates just left, and, it's absolutely ridiculous. HDM, she is absolutely brainwashed.
She runs his website.
So
Yeah.
sorry that you guys have to deal with this. Like, you're doing nothing but good things, and I wish that people would just realize that like, I don't know anybody who's.
I think people realize it. I think that it's what they don't want. Yes, it was Jezebel. How did you know? That was actually the name, Jezebel. Anyway, sorry. That was.
Hey, Theo, my husband just came out here, and he didn't pull me in the house to beat me. I'm sure you're upset about that. Assholes.
Was a note somebody sent to me. But yes, Jezebel was her stage name. We weren't aware that it was her stage name because her real name was Jackie. But but she claimed to be her stripper name. We didn't know she was a stripper either until after she was living at our house, and she asked me if she could do webcamming for my house.
You want to respond to that?
I did not ever ask him to do webcamming from his house. I asked him if I could dance in a club, which was what I wasn't really doing the webcam thing much at that point. I didn't even have a laptop, I don't think, when I lived with him. And he told me that I couldn't dance in a club or work really at all while I was living with him.
Wow.
Because he wants to control your income and what you do. You weren't even allowed to leave his house without permission, correct?
It was just a weird situation to leave because it was gated. So in order to leave, you had to have someone from the inside to open and close the gate. So when I used to go out, sometimes I would have one of the other girls sneak me out. And I had to jump the gate a few times to get back in.
That's crazy.
Madness.
And I said, that would defeat the whole purpose of what we're doing. The whole purpose of what.
Jenna, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. If you guys want to put a comment for me to read in those, go ahead. I'll, obviously pause. Thank you so much.
What we're doing is to show that you can be beautiful and you can be sexy and you don't have to sell your body. You can use your talent, to get by. That was the whole point. And then she wanted to do that, which of course was another setup. She was hoping I would say yes, and then they could track the IP address to my house and show that, I was a fraud or whatever.
Oh yeah, because you can do all sorts of shady things once you know that.
You weren't allowed webcam, which you didn't even ask to do, and you didn't want to look bad, but yet you have these sexcapade parties at your house.
Yeah, I thought it was funny too. He was posting some picture of me in a bikini when somebody was saying, "Oh, why are you calling this girl a prostitute?" And he's like, "Here, this is all I have to say," and post this picture of me in a bikini. It's like, motherfucker, did you not parade me around in lingerie on stage all over the country?
Exactly. When did you do that? Recently?
Yeah, pretty recently. He was posting stuff about me.
The escort. Does he forget that?
The what?
Yeah, right.
Courtney used to be an escort before she met him.
Right, and I'm not even an escort.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah.
He's accusing
your wife was legit a prostitute. she had sex with guys for money. Not
Yeah.
so, and God forbid, Jackie, you wear a bathing suit. Oh no, everybody who wears a bathing suit must be a prostitute. Give me
Yeah.
a break. Gosh.
Right. That's right.
Technology is so great, but it's also so terrible.
Yeah, exactly. It can be used for all the best and all the worst ways. And
Yes.
they've done the worst of it. Seriously, the worst of it. Who sends child torture porn on top of it? Not just child porn, but child torture porn, as if child porn wasn't bad enough.
Oh, I just, my heart breaks for her. Like, just for her having to have seen that is
Right.
terrible.
Right.
So,
I mean, so the bottom line is we must join together and we must make this loud. That's why I posted the Blake Lively thing tonight, because somebody sent it to me, ironically, and I was like, "Oh my
I
God,
don't know anything about
this
this
is
thing with this
exactly
Blake.
what we were just sent. We were just sent this exact thing, and this is terrible.
yeah.
I mean, it's just horrific. That we know that it happens because it was sent to us."
Jennifer, I
And that's the
agree.
thing is, I mean, like, I don't
It's
even
in
know,
the
like,
works.
why, like, I try and figure out every day
Try to.
why people are like that. Like, I cannot believe that they spend so much time ruining.
Because they don't have God in their life. They don't
Yeah.
have any love in their heart. They have no empathy. They have no concern, no care. They're just cold vessels. And
Are
these
you? I'm
people,
sorry. Are you talking about your wife there?
Yeah.
Just no
Yeah.
thrive on serving their master, and of course their master is money, because that's all they know.
Right. And it's like, it's tragic now too, because like most of the people with money are like that aren't affected by this whole COVID thing are, so like unappreciative of the smaller things that people have now gone.
Yeah, we're this big operation that gets paid by like Charlie Sheen and Judy and whoever else is involved in this big operation, and that's why we did a fundraiser for Kim, because she just wanted that money to be able to pay her rent because she doesn't get paid enough. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Please have the FBI check my finances, all
Me
of
too.
ours.
I'm offering
Yeah,
it. Give me your name. Give me an email. I'll send it.
You're having Jackie's and Paulina's and Mara's and the other girls checked. Why don't you pay them while you're doing that too?
Yeah.
No shit.
You can't pay your employees enough for the movies, but you're hiring, supposedly, allegedly, because most of everything you say is a complete lie. You're hiring lawyers and IT guys to track this all down and this website. And I mean, you have money for that, but you don't have money to pay your employees who say they can't feed their families.
Yeah, and he's been in Jamaica for almost 2 months now, so that's not cheap.
Yep, on May 10th, it'll be 2 months.
See?
Yep.
Like values and family and just the real treasures in life. Like,
Yeah, trust me, I would give anything to be with my son right now.
right.
And get on a plane.
And that hurts that you can't be.
Yeah, it's awful. It's the worst thing I could imagine.
Well, see, and then his whole story of we had to flee after the movie for our protection. Then why didn't you take your kid with you? You were going on a vacation to relax at a swingers resort. That was a vacation. Well, my kid was in school. Well, California has oh God, what is it called? Oh God, what's it called? I can't remember, but it's called something. There's a name to it where you can pull your kid out of a school for up to 2 weeks as long as you let the school know ahead of time and as long as they complete all the work that they were given during that 2 week period, it's not even counted as an absence. So, because I did it for my kids in September. Oh, I wish I remembered the name of it. Learning contract, I think it's called. They get put on a learning contract.
Okay. Well, and it's not just that. On the last live that he did, he admitted that he booked this vacation way before the premiere anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Jamaica is a good place to hide money, somebody says.
Right. So on top of all the attacks, on top of all the loss, on top of all the torture like that, on top of it, you know, I did a video opening my heart about all of this and the pain of it, crying on Instagram, and they've taken that video and they pass it around laughing about it, saying, oh, he's whining about only making X amount of dollars. Oh, yeah, because you stole it. I mean,
Yeah, no, working in book distribution and knowing how much the actual like creators and authors and things get, I can verify that you are likely not making a single penny.
oh no, not only am I not making a penny, we got stopped $1 million short of hitting the profit line. $1 million. And there's been less than 1,000 tickets
Hitting the
sold.
profit line. What does he mean by that? Because didn't he say it was 1 point, like, wouldn't $1 million put him at like the break even if he spent 1.6 million on it? Or is that what he means by the profit line? The
Profit line is to start making a profit. So it's past the break even point. It's for him to start making money.
All right. Yeah. But it wasn't because people stole it. Like, do you realize how big of a crime that is if that actually happened? Like somebody creating a website, hijacking his movie, selling tickets to it. Like, that's some serious crimes.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if that was really true, we would have found out about it somehow. We would have heard about it before now, almost 2 months later.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Jenna, I hope I'm saying your name right. Gina, who is he talking to? I joined late. It's one of his fans that joined his Twitter live. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Just Courtney
To the new screen. Less than 1,000 tickets. So I mean, like, literally, they wore it out because apparently nobody cares. Nobody cares or nobody wants to support it. I don't know what's going on. But you know what? I can't stop fighting. I can't stop fighting because this is too big.
Oh, the chick's
Obviously,
dog.
I cracked into something that's so much larger than I even knew. So, you know, I can't give up. I can't give up. And if it kills me, then that's what's going to happen. But at least I fought.
Like, she doesn't even attempt to tell her dog to stop barking. Sorry. That's just
For sure. And I mean, like, I appreciate you fighting so much.
Thank you.
We're all behind you, and I think that it's a fantastic thing what you're doing.
Thank you. Well, God bless you. What do you do for a living?
I'm a virtual assistant, so I work from home.
You're what?
Exactly. Good time.
Virtual assistant. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you're pretty lucky. Then you didn't have to do much in design of changing your lifestyle, did you?
No, I just had to teach basically half the world how to use Zoom.
I can see you, Sheila.
Not bad. Not bad. That's a good job. I like it. Well, don't feel bad. I had to teach Richard Donner and Steven Spielberg how to use it last week when we did the Goonies reunion. I was like,
yeah, I saw that. It was funny.
I was like, scroll. You have to scroll. If you want to see people, you got to scroll. Yeah. But
it's so fantastic. And yeah, my dog just noticed that I was on the phone with you, so that's him just being.
Hi. Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Dog. That's awesome.
He turned 5 today.
Oh, that's sweet. Very sweet. Jack, you said?
Django is his name, yeah.
Did you say Jack?
Django. Hello.
I think I might have lost you.
Yeah, you probably hung up on her because
Django.
Sorry that I lost you.
She was still there.
Have a great night. Happy birthday to the dog. Great 5 years, and thanks for being a fan. The dog, I meant. And you too, and thank you for the support. Love you.
Nikki, your dog's done barking,
anyway,
so if you were going to leave because of that.
Let's see. We met in Atlanta. I have the most fun at the concert I've ever had. Thank you so much. And isn't it a shame that the whole thing got shut down because of these awful terrorists
Oh,
who
we're
infringed
terrorists.
on our
Ooh.
entire tour. And by the way, for those of you who came to the shows and saw some evil, awful band opening up for me that didn't fit at all with the music that we were doing, I can tell you that that was actually purposeful. They did that as part of the attack.
Jackie, do you know what band he's talking about? Yeah, is he?
I think it's Karina.
There was different opening acts at all the different shows across the country, and it was kind of a common theme that a lot of times they were sort of like satanic seeming.
Right.
So he was getting really pissed off everywhere we went. But I think
Don't you-
because of the Angels thing, people would try to book things that were kind of like had that same vibe to it.
Didn't he do an interview where he was talking about like the Uber not coming to get him and the hotel or the hotel being in on it and all that stuff? Didn't he say that the venues would like schedule people and not tell them either? Like, so it wasn't even anything to do with you guys. Sorry about my dog.
Yeah, it was up to the venues to book whoever they wanted for the opening acts.
Well, he said something like when he got there, like they weren't scheduled to perform or like they weren't promoting it. I forget what he said.
I think
but yeah.
the next tour after the one that I was on, the thing with like the hotel being in on it or whatever, that was when they got busted for drugs, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's. And so now we not only were in on hiring the Angels to go live with them undercover, okay? We also now controlled what bands opened for him on his god awful tour. Mind you, I had no idea what this guy had done from 2000 to October 2017. No idea. No idea at all what he was doing. Had no idea he even had a band with the Angels. Had no idea he had written a book. Had no idea he had been on Wife Swap. All right, let's go.
So, if you were there early, you know exactly what I was talking about. You were one of them. What do you mean? Danielle, what do you mean you were one of them? You were one of the people at the shows? I don't think we had an opening act that night. That was the one night I don't think we had an opening act because it was such a long show. Except for Paulina, who of course was the girlfriend of the woman who not only came into my life and spied and caused all kinds of mayhem, but also made false accusations against me.
She saved your shows and your Today performance and created decent costumes for you. Do you need us to bring up those screenshots again of you saying what a great job she did? Because now that doesn't fit your narrative, so now you're just going to blatantly lie? Again, Corey, that's slander. Watch out, lawsuit could be coming your way, buddy.
Me, which were proven by the state of California to be false.
Wait, what was he saying was false?
No. All kinds of, but also made false accusations.
The accusations that I made against him?
By the state of California to be false.
It was not proven to be false. There wasn't
that.
the victim that you raped had to come forward herself, and the other stuff
that's not even what he's talking about, Susie.
But I know, but the other stuff you guys reported, you guys were told you had to go to that state and that town where that took place. That's what Paulina told me, and that makes sense because that's how the law works. If you get sexually abused in Green Bay, Wisconsin, you have to report in Green Bay, Wisconsin what happened to you. Not you can't even go to another town in Wisconsin. It has to be that town.
Yeah. So he's talking about the sexual assault like charges that I tried to have put against him with myself as the victim, which they reported anything about that, reported like not a specific location because it was just something they saw on tour. So it would be used in LA jurisdiction. Like you're saying, I actually have it from the detective that was on my case where he says that they just couldn't charge him with a crime this time. It could be reopened at a point. It was never proven false. It's total bullshit.
Right.
The district attorney actually came out and cleared it himself, just for the record. Still waiting on your first concert, Heather? I know. Isn't that sad? You never seem to be able to come out. Anyway, there's somebody waiting to come in. Let's see who it is. It's Kevin at the dump. Okay. Let's see what you have to say, Kevin.
I don't think I saw this part.
Hey man, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening? How are you?
Oh, nothing.
Does this guy say anything?
Nothing. You're nothing. I said, how are you?
I'm doing good.
How's it going? So do you work at the dump?
No. I just want to tell you, man. I've heard so many negative things about you, and like I've never taken the bait. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good. You're a smart man.
Never. Like,
you know what? We can feel things in our heart. You can feel a connection to somebody, and you can really know what kind of person they are. You just have to use your heart, and you have to feel things, as opposed. Yes, he does sound southern.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, of course. You know, I mean, it's like you can feel instinctually what's right or wrong, and people want to just, influence you and try and screw with you and make you believe something that's not reality. But if they do it long enough, usually people
have put facts out about you. We have put interviews out about you, and it wasn't just the girls that were trying to, ride your coattails, or what else would they say? We're just, pissed off ex-employees. Like, the security guard backed them up. The tour bus driver backed them up. The owner of the tour bus company backed them up. There's been people off the record that has backed them up. So we have just put facts out there with evidence and interviews and everything else. So us trying to find all your people and turn them against you is complete and utter bullshit. Or if Dick happens to post links to interviews that Bobby did, it's up to that person to watch them or not. And then it's up to that person to decide whether or not they believe it or not, and what they do with that information.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dude, I love everything you've ever done.
Oh, sorry. And for the record, none of us went to Charisse to try to turn her or, have her not be Feldman. She came to us after Kim exposed the screenshots of Feldman asking her to get a good-looking kid to bait John Grissom.
Yep.
That is how, when, and why Charisse turned. So, and then even when Bobby cut her off because she wouldn't have a conversation with his girlfriend, she, went on to slander him and believed all this nonsense that another female was telling her. And then she went back to Bobby and literally begged for his forgiveness, which I have those emails and those voicemails. So keep it up with your narrative, and I will surely show the other side of it and the truth of it. Hey, Riley, good to see you. Sorry, I haven't seen you in forever, Riley. Thanks for being here.
Done. Look, I'm telling you, the most fun I've ever had at a concert, and I've been to some wild concerts.
Okay.
It was with me and my sister at yours.
Is this guy serious?
Which one was it?
In Atlanta.
The last tour?
Yes.
Oh, that was a great night. Oh, yeah, we had a lot of fun that night. Zach Galligan from Gremlins came out and introduced us.
It was awesome. You sang, you sang at my sister off the
Kim,
stage.
did you ever
and that
see
was
one of
like
his
the
shows?
highlight of her night.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
very sweet.
Then I met you afterwards.
That's very sweet. Yeah.
I got to tell you, you got a firm handshake.
Nobody cares about his
No,
handshake.
it's fine. It
Where'd
was
Jackie go?
awesome, dude. I
Oh,
loved
no,
every
is she
minute
not
of it.
here?
No.
Let me see if she's trying to. I don't know what happened. She's not backstage trying to get back on. Maybe she had to just go off for a reason. Jackie, if you can try coming back. Not sure what happened. But yeah, I'm sure we're almost done with listening to this video, and I'm sure the chat would probably have some questions. Actually, I don't even. Let's just skim through this last part real quick.
I don't think there's much left. I think we already talked about the girls.
Okay,
We had a great one, an excellent show. If they were able to mess up some of the sound or the night kind of an off night, and that's when they would do it.
Okay, let's go back.
I think they would get kind of depressed every time we. Well, I had a great time that night. Brittany had a great time that night. Yeah. I don't know about some of the girls, since they were obviously not there for the right reasons, but I think they would get kind of depressed every time we had an excellent show. If they were able to mess up some of the sound or the music or mess up the chords or whatever and pull it off, then they would be very excited. But they wouldn't do it when it was a giant crowd in a packed house. They would wait for a night where we hit like kind of an off night, and that's when they would do it.
That's
He's
crazy.
so ridiculous.
What
Now he's saying that, the fuck ups were the girls doing it on purpose to screw with him. Gina, thank you again for the $5 super chat. She says, I have been a follower since back when Bobby Wolf's channel. Thank you for what you do, Susie. Thank you. It's not only me, it's also Stacy and Kim and the Jackie. It's all of us. We all had to do our own part, and Stacy and Kim honestly kept things afloat for like 6 to 8 months on their own. Why I wasn't even discussing him, but thank you so much.
It is what it is. Look, I had a good time. I'll never forget.
That's all that matters. And I promise you, next time it will be even better because we'll be going out with our regular band, and we won't be having the Angels along.
Awesome. Well,
yeah. So too. God bless you. Peace be with you.
All right. Love you.
Good night. Love you. Okay, that was very nice, Kevin. Thanks, Kevin, for joining us. All right, we are going to take one more, and we'll.
Send Francis way back.
Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for supporting. Did you see the documentary?
I have not seen it yet, but
You better go watch it. It's not going to be on much longer. Only 3 weeks left.
Keep up the fight, man. What happened to y'all
really important, because what happens is when people really understand it, it gets them energized, it gets them supercharged, and then they want to share the information with their friends, and that's how it works. So please do us all a favor and watch the film. You can find it online, mytruthdoc.com. It'll be there for the next couple weeks.
Exactly, Tamara.
Absolutely. I think it's just I haven't watched it yet because I'm just so infuriated
I get it, but the only way that we can win this is by getting the streams up on the legitimate site so that we can show them that there's strength in numbers and that our support is greater.
Hasn't he done that? You put your
thank you for the support. I appreciate you. And what do you do for a living?
I'm in the healthcare insurance.
Oh, we Shauna Lynn. Very sad. Very sad.
2 minutes left, guys.
Sorry we lost you. But anyway, one precinct finally gave notice to satanical ritual abuse. Who is that? Who's saying that? And what are you talking about? She said that her battery was getting low, so I guess it just shut off. Guys, I thank you guys for the support. It's getting late where I am. It's the middle of the night already, so I'm going to have to let you go. But peace and love be with you. God bless you. And please protect yourselves. Again, if you follow, if you listen to the Wolfpack, if you do anything like the sort, they will harass you endlessly until they win. And it's a very scary proposition.
Oh, another lie. We've already won, Corey. We won a long time ago.
They will not win. I don't care if we don't make any money, because guess what?
Hey, pause it.
All the money.
Yeah.
I think people in the chat are saying that he's live right now. I don't know.
Oh, really? Hey, Jackie, if you want to come back on? Let me check if he's. I think we're done with this. It's just him.
Yeah, there's nothing left on it. It's just goodbyes and blah blah.
Yeah. Jackie, can you come back on for a little bit in case the chat had any questions? I mean, if you can't, that's fine. Let me see if he's live.
If he is, I think it's funny because he seems to do it every time we are. So, you know,
Yeah, he does.
yeah, and it's not a coincidence, people. It's really not.
Yeah,
No, it's
no,
not.
he's not live on Twitter. Let me check.
Are you guys saying that he's live right now, or is that like from before that you were talking
He's
about?
not live on Instagram either. Oh, Gina, you didn't have to do that. She said she did another $2 super chat. Thank you. And she said, yes, all of you ladies. Thank you. Okay, we have Jackie back.
Hello.
You look so good, Jackie. I think, when
Aw.
I saw you, you were still like dealing with the stress of all this and everything. And you look, this way looking at you, you just look like happy and everything else. You look like a completely different person.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
I hope that means that you were able to find some healing in all the nightmare that you went through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, chat. Do you guys have any questions for Jackie while we have her? Did Jackie hear the part about them sabotaging the concerts? He just was talking about that you guys would. Did you hear that part where he said that there were certain nights that you guys would purposely mess up notes and screw it up to
Yeah.
sabotage the
That's not
shows?
true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's ridiculous. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even make sense because she was part of the band. Why would she want to do that? You know what I mean?
Right.
And if they were going to make him look stupid, why would they pick the quiet nights, not the busy ones?
Right. That didn't really make sense either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie, is Courtney really bad, and how does she smell in real life?
Like fruit.
Like fruit, yeah.
Yeah, I would say she's pretty complicit in the things that he does. Like, she lies for him. She does everything that she can to bring other women into that situation.
Wow.
You know?
Yep.
Do you think
She's
it's
just as
because you
bad
had
as
her
him, I think.
brainwashed? Or is it because, like, do you think it's because he brainwashed her or she's just not a good person? Like,
I think she is brainwashed. I think she thinks Corey is like Jesus. She said things like that. But also, I think she's kind of put all her eggs into that basket. And so she wants to do whatever she can to make it successful. And,
Yeah,
because it's her free ticket to like not having to work or like really do anything with her life.
Right.
Joe asked Jackie, if you don't mind, why won't all the angels get together and do something if you can? You are credible witnesses. Well, I can answer that real quick, and then Jackie can go. They did. They tried for many, many months to talk to lawyers, but they didn't have any money because they hadn't gotten paid. And let me clarify this and make it crystal clear. At that time, nobody was willing to help them for free and do a lawsuit against him because they said he had no money, he had no assets.
Right.
So nobody would take the case for free. So anything else you want? Did I miss anything there, Jackie?
Yeah, just like with the legal stuff, I did everything that I could as far as like the police department. There's just other women that need to come forward in order for him to be formally charged with any crime.
Yeah. Hey Kim, can you send me a PayPal? Gina is asking for a PayPal link.
Yeah.
Can you send me your PayPal and I can put it in that chat? Okay, 007 says, Jackie, no question, just I hope you're doing all right and can't wait to hear the new music later.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I should have my debut single out later this year.
Oh, yay. That's exciting. Well, we'll definitely promote that and play that and when that comes out. That is beyond scary. She actually refers to Corey Feldman as Jesus. She should know what blasphemy is. I don't know what that is.
Blasphemy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
like
that?
say things that are against like Christianity or whatever.
Oh, okay.
kind of like dressing up women as prostitute angels, that would constitute as blasphemy.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Leslie says, Jackie, we appreciate you so much. So glad you got away from him. You are courageous and a beautiful lady.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate everyone that actually takes the time to like research these things and looks at both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I have a question. This Corey was Haim's handler till he got sick of it. Corey used MJ Sam Kinison as well as he'd be gone if he wasn't gaslighting.
Yep.
Sorry, but I question if this Corey was Haim's handler. Oh, Feldman.
There's
I have
rumors
to.
about that. There's rumors
Yeah,
going around about that, but I mean, we can't prove it. So I mean, that's a
right. But I mean, so many different people say the same thing. It was like there's got to be some truth behind that. You know.
and it's
That's
not
how
just
I
us
look at it,
people.
anyways.
It's like people in the industry that have told us that. But again, that's something we can't prove. So we
Yeah.
have to be careful about how we say things.
You've got to be careful. Yeah.
Yeah. Kim, are you able to pull up your PayPal while you're on?
Yeah, nothing's come through yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't post. Did you post a link in the chat? Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
Gina, that's Kim's PayPal is her email up above. Maple Leafs rule with the Z. It should be Blackhawks rule. Okay, I want to address a couple of his tweets that he did this weekend. He is claiming
Okay.
that that I'm lying and that I never met him. Feldman, I swear on my children's life that I met you 3 times. I have witnesses, friends that were with me, that if I brought them on right now, they tell the same story that I've been telling. So why would I lie about meeting you? And how would I even know that there's such thing as an oral sex contest on a freaking cruise ship, on a Playboy cruise or whatever, if I didn't see pictures and was told by my ex-boyfriend who went with you on that cruise? Like, you think I just pulled that nonsense out of the air? Like, you remember who I am. You remember who Mark Hoffman is. You know exactly who I am. Let's see, what was the other thing you said about me?
You were jealous.
What?
You were jealous of the angels.
Oh, yeah. That I'm just jealous because I wasn't one of the angels. Why the hell would I want to be one of your angels? I didn't even know you had angels, you sicko, until you asked for $10 million. Like, I had no idea. And I'm 41. Why would I want to be an angel on tour with you of all people when I know how you are? I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But please, please, please keep slandering me publicly because all you're doing is helping me. And please keep having your Feld fam hang out with Shangy, who all he does is slander us. And please have them continue to, you know, say what they say and do what they do. Because all you're doing is helping me with the case that's going on. So,
I just want to add one thing real quick. I've had a few people contact me lately on my YouTube, and I left my email in the chat up above. So if there's something that you want to talk about, because there was a couple people that were supposed to get back to me like this weekend about different things.
Oh, I
Please,
remember that.
yeah, please email me and I can give you my number, or you can give me your number, and we can set something up, because I don't want to throw out who they are or what it's about yet until we've spoken. But
Yeah.
there hopefully will be more information coming forward.
yeah, Matt, if you happen to be listening, I did get your emails today. I haven't been able to open them and read them, but I did get the notification, and I'm sorry I did not get back to you during the week, but I had a situation with a friend that was very serious that I was dealing with all week, so I will respond to you later today, I promise. So, let's see, best grift ever. Corey's still part of the club. They're laughing while Corey does his agenda. He's still alive, therefore it's a plane for this true. I don't know. Thank you again. Got it. Trying to get unpaid pebbles sent. Oh, thank you, Gina. Does he have a Manson sort of effect on women in real life? Jackie? Somebody asked, does he have a Manson sort of effect on women in real life? Like
I mean, I would say it's very cult-like. He's definitely brainwashes these women and manipulates them, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, for sure. It's very cool. I mean, even his fans on Twitter, the way he is with them. Don't engage with that person. Block them. Oh, I see you're following one of them. I'm gonna have to block you. I mean, it's crazy.
That's exactly what he used to do to me all the time. Like watch, and I swear the only reason why he even followed me on Twitter was because he wanted to see who I was talking to and monitor everything. Like he's
Well,
so there.
have you had a lot of sock accounts follow you in the past week? Because I think they're making like other accounts to follow us. Because I've had like all these
And I just let them.
accounts.
I just let
Right,
them.
I let them too. Right.
Yeah,
So
I've had a
they
few.
obviously are paying attention to us, but they don't want to get scolded by him. And, I think it's funny that him and Will have Shangy blocked, but yet the rest of the Feld family is in there. And Shangy was big mad the other night because Will was telling people, just block him, just block that guy. He's what I forget what he was telling them. Like Shangy's just trying to get you off track or I forget how he worded it, but Shangy got super pissed off about it. And but yet, like, I thought they had to obey Feldman and Will, so if they're saying to block Shangy, but no, your Feld fam wants to continue the harassment and continue the harassment while they're playing victim.
Yeah. Like always.
Because as you're telling these people to block us and to ignore us, you're sending DMs to people telling them to get whatever screenshots they can and collect whatever evidence they can. Because we've seen proof of that. That's what you asked of Kim and Stacy and other Feld band members to do.
Yep.
And in the last live stream that he did, he said to the people at the end that were watching, go and get him.
Yeah.
So he's sending people to harass people.
Yep. Shirley says, I think it's funny that he claimed to aired his live stream at the same time for I can't say that word. Sorry, for $30. That's impossible for Christ's sakes. Yeah, and we were live on an unlisted link that night because I was going to restream his documentary. We had a small group of people privately, and so that live is still unlisted, and I still have it. So it proves exactly what we were doing at that time. Nikki, thank you again for the $20 super chat. She says, I love you ladies. Thank you so much.
We love you.
No one should trust Therese. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Do you guys want anything you want to address from this weekend with his tweets? I can't even remember it all.
Oh, with his tweets, I haven't looked at his tweets other than the screenshots I've seen, like in chats and stuff like that. But
Yeah, me too. He called me a psycho.
Well, I mean, he all he's doing, like, if he doesn't think we're documenting all of this, he's insane. And all he's doing is backing himself into a lawsuit. So I think it's absolutely hilarious. Keep talking about us. The lawyers are gonna love it, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I could give two shits what he thinks about me as a person. I could care less what his Feld fam thinks. I think it's hilarious. And like I said, it's all being documented, and it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass. So keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Yeah, and all you're doing is getting us more followers and more
Yeah.
supporters and everything
Absolutely.
else. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jackie, where can people find your music?
Oh, I have a website, jezebelsweet.com, just like it says in the
Oh.
thing. And I have some stuff on YouTube. I don't have an official release right now. I'm working on that, but there's some demos and some live stuff and some covers.
Awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, please check out jezebelsweet.com if you want to follow her and her music. Where does Polina keep her music?
She's got a website too, poena.com. And she's got stuff on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody make sure they're subscribed, please, to all our channels. Kim rocks. Stacy runs the, what'd you change the name to? The Real Truth Campaign, Stace?
Real Truth Campaign, yeah.
Okay. And also Greg is getting his channel up and running. So Greg Harrison, you can just search his name in YouTube and it'll pop up. So please make sure you are following all that. Nikki says, I'd rather give you guys the money than him. Well, thank you.
Oh, Jackie, did you see that? If Jackie didn't have a bassist already, I'd play for her.
Oh.
But I really like seeing everyone, like all the support, and I'm glad that the Angels are starting to speak up again, and we've got some interesting things coming up for you guys. So, it's good to see that everyone's, and Feldman wants to say that we're this giant wolf pack and we're this huge organization. No, you know what? The truth is we're just a bunch of friends who support each other, Feldman, and maybe you need to learn what true friendship really is, and that's what friends do.
Right.
Amen.
You don't see us telling people, don't follow Corey yourself. Just listen to what we say. Don't listen to him and his people. Like, that's insanity to me. You know, like, why? That just shows that you don't want them to hear the truth. Because if we were so full of crap and we weren't telling the truth, then why wouldn't you be like, oh yeah, go listen to them? They're so ridiculous. But no, like, we don't ever tell anyone not to listen to you. We encourage people to listen to you because you do yourself in more than we do.
Yeah. That's a
He
fact.
does every time.
I think he truly needs an intervention, like freaking mental health wise.
Yeah, I mean, he does it when he's doing his lives. Any reality TV show, he's shown his real self. I mean, oh, it's how they edited it, so the way they made me look. 4 different networks or 5, however many he's been on.
Yep.
You know. So
And even if they were,
go ahead.
Even if they were edited to make him look bad, just go and watch his last 5 live streams and see for yourself how crazy he sounds in each one. Because it gets worse each time.
And you'll continue to see him doing lives as long as he's trying to fundraise, and he is, because he said in that last live that we just played that he's only sold 1,000 tickets. So
he's only sold 1,000 tickets this time around?
That's what he said, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's 20 grand before taxes.
That's what I mean. That's 20 grand. To me, that's amazing.
Yeah.
He's just nice.
Well, yeah, and I would think with that 20 grand, he'd be able to, like, give those unpaid employees each 5 grand to get by right now or whatever,
20 grand
I mean,
for most working people is probably 5 or 6 months worth of wages, you know what I mean? 4 months worth of wages. So, I mean, you could do lots.
And everything that I've heard about him is he always tries to find someone free to do stuff. Like, was it you, Jackie, that told me about the haircut place that he was supposed to promote on Instagram, and they were doing all your hairs for free? And he, not only did not tip them, but he did not promote them after they, died. How many of your hairs did they do? Like, you, Courtney?
3 of us.
3 of them, yeah. And his studio stuff, he always tries to find. It's just like HDM does, right? Heather, she runs his websites for free, completely. She doesn't get nothing out of it, 0, zilch, nada. So I have it's probably interns that helped him with that documentary because it wasn't anything fancy,
No.
And he could, if you're an intern in the film industry or whatever, and somebody even like Feldman says, hey, you guys want to take part of this, I'll put your name on it, blah, blah, blah. The kids are going to do it, to try to get their stuff out there. So I highly doubt that he owes like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Well, didn't he say he was 600 grand in debt?
Maybe. I know he said that the sales stopped at like 600,000, whatever. He said 666, and he spent $1.6 million on the documentary. So $1 million short of even breaking even.
Yeah.
But who knows again if that's even true? Like the way that he's talking lately, it just makes me feel like he almost like he had this all planned out. Like he had a plan if his documentary was a flop, and that plan was to be, oh, I'm in hiding, poor me, oh, this was done. I mean, this whole thing about the website and people selling tickets to it, it makes no sense to me. Not at all. And like, where's the evidence of that? Where's the proof? Why don't you put that on Twitter? Why don't you put those screenshots on Twitter?
Hey, Polina just messaged me, and she's gonna come on. So can you send her the link in the chat, please?
I did, but I can send it again for sure.
Okay.
I'm actually going to jump off and say goodnight because it's like 1 a.m. I'm tired, so.
Yeah, I know it's late for your space. Well, thanks for coming on.
Okay, talk to you later. Okay,
see ya.
Talk to you later. Say, okay, bye. Have a good night.
Good night. And Sheila says, I believe it was all planned out. Yeah, I mean, it just seems, I don't know. And like the stuff that he's claiming happened, for none of us to like even hear anything about that when we're getting blamed for it, and this all supposedly happened. Like there was a lot of people that night that was looking for his documentary and that was trying to figure out what happened, and they were searching the internet. Hell, I even was. I didn't see no other website. That's how I found that one YouTuber that I went on his channel the next day on March 10th to Fango, because the guy was live trying to figure out who the Wolfpack was and who this Susie and Shannon was that hacked the movie. And, because I was searching for stuff on YouTube and on the internet, it came up, popped up on YouTube for me. And like many people were trying to figure out what the hell happened. So I honestly think like we would have heard about that if that was going on. And if it's true, that's a huge crime that the FBI just wouldn't ignore. Oh, here we go. Hey, girl.
Oh, there's a kitty is there. Hi, kitty. You have your video? I didn't put my video because I'm on oxygen right now, and I thought it was embarrassing. I look.
Oh, I hope you're okay.
I just
You
want to
look great in the YouTube video. You did too.
I'm just
you looked amazing too in that one video you did where you told, you finally told what happened to you. You looked great, beautiful in that video. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I try to look pretty on days that aren't bad days so that I can try to encourage myself to get through all this. It's really, I don't know why I feel like my PTSD and pain and stuff gets way worse when people are, today was kind of a rough day as far as investigative of the whole thing goes, because I've been, people are just messaging me and telling me just horrible things.
Yeah, oh no, it is. Oh, you're getting hate too?
Well, no, not that, I'm really grateful actually that I'm not getting the hate from the Feld fam like we did last time, because last time he mentioned me and Jackie, we spent about 2 months our phone blowing up. We had a blue van following us. It was outside our house for like a month, and it was really scary getting death threats and all that, and I'm grateful that hasn't happened this time. I'm not sure why it hasn't, but I'm
I think
glad.
people are willing to listen more now because they see what he's doing, right? Like his true colors are coming out.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to respond to what he said in that live about you guys and about you specifically? Do you have anything you want to say in regards to that?
Sure. Corey Feldman, I am the wolf pack, and I'm coming after you. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. And you know what's going to happen? All these women that you have raped and that you fucking drugged are going to come out against you. And it's going to be another Weinstein. And it's going to be against you. And you know what? We're going to find out who these real pedophiles in Hollywood are. And we're going to fucking take them down too. And you know what? I don't care if I'm penniless, even though you're telling people that I'm wealthy. I have nothing, and I have nothing to lose. So I'm coming to get you. Be afraid.
Legally. Amen.
Yep.
Yep. And she is speaking truth there, guys. There's a lot of stuff that's in the works behind the scenes. And, as soon as we can talk about it publicly, we will. But, if he thinks that he can keep all his victims silent, he can't. So.
And the problem is, the biggest problem I have with him calling me a pedophile protector, and the biggest problem I have with him saying this crap about me personally, is he made friends with me because we had a discussion about how we were both abused as children. That's how our friendship started. Our friendship started because he knew I was abused. And I will tell you 100%, I do believe that he was sexually abused. The reason why is because he has a lot of the very exact same issues that I've had when I was, working with him and spending time in that situation. There was a lot of things that he was doing that are issues that I've had to overcome, that I recognized, and I did not debate it a bit, because and that's why I thought he was my friend. That's why I thought we were doing something good, because I had been abused by whatever this Hollywood pedophile crap is, which I haven't even really come forward to tell my own story about the abuse that I've been through with that. But that video of Corey trying to call me a fucking pedophile protector, it's just, I'm like, not only angry, but now I'm like, now I have to tell my story. Now I have to figure out, I'm not done fighting whoever was involved in doing what they did to me. And, a lot of stuff that Corey says is true. It's just he doesn't say it in a true way. He, takes the truth and he says it, but he turns it all around. And he, so as far as I'm concerned, the way that I've been watching his lies evolve, if he's saying all this stuff, then I believe it all. I believe it all now. But we're not the ones. Like, he is the one who is protecting the pedophiles. He is the one who is being paid, because where is he getting money to bury us? Where is he getting money to scrub all the interviews me and Kitty have done from the internet? Where is he getting all of this crap? He must be getting paid from the pedophile elite to shut us down. And you know why they want to shut me down? Because I'm coming after him.
Yeah.
I'm going to come after all of them. I'm going to figure it out. I've got some people I'm going to talk to this next week who are involved, who are actually fighting pedophiles, who are actually actively shutting down pedophile rings. So I'm getting closer. I'm hopefully going to start working with these people so that we can figure out who these people are, so that we can actually fix this problem, because I was abused. I was sexually abused and tortured as a kid. And he fucking knows that. And to tell people I would protect these people who've destroyed my whole life.
Right. Yeah. Same thing, with me. I was sexually abused as a child too. I've never shared my story, but I'm certainly not protecting any pedophiles. It's just, It's insulting. And Paulina, if you ever want to tell your story, you know that we're here for you. If you want me to interview you and, have Jackie out and whoever else for support to help you get through it, we can do that. Just, let me know when you're at that point and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I was on the phone today with some family members. As I have been discovering like what happened to me as a kid, and I've gotten little bits of information and doing my own investigation of like who was involved in abusing me as a kid. And I just spent a couple of hours on the phone today talking to family members and different people who were able to give me some more information about the situation.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get it all in order because Corey made me so angry with that last video that I feel like it's time for me to come out with my story, because I mean there are no pedophiles in Hollywood. I was a kid. I was like being flown to Hollywood and meeting with producers like in their hotel rooms,
wow.
And then I was tortured. I just
yeah.
It's okay, honey.
It's all right. You don't have to talk about it now. Oh, I wish I could give you a hug right now, honey. And you've been through hell the last few years with him and after him, trying to pick up the pieces. And I'm so sorry, but no, we're all here for you. We have your back, and, things are trying to be dealt with legally now, and we'll just keep the focus on that, because clearly he's not going to stop.
No, and I think it's funny, that he wants to try to make us the bad guys, and I don't look beautiful in this video, so I'm sure they're gonna be like, "Look at how ugly she is. There's proof. It's proof."
You look beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Well, I'm just saying, like, he uses like a bunch of random crap to try to prove his theories. Like,
oh yeah.
So
first you were wealthy, and then he was talking crap about you guys being housewives. It's like, wait, are they this or are they that? Like,
right.
Make up your mind.
Yeah. Now, when you talked to him about being abused and stuff, did he tell you who abused him, or did he just was like, read my book?
He did say, read my book. He gave me his damn choreography book. I didn't.
I've never even read that book.
Me either.
I listened to it on Audible.
I was gonna read it on tour. I thought that'd be fun.
If you want to listen to it for free, you can on Audible.
I'm good. I've heard enough of him.
Yeah, he's a dick.
All he does is
don't let
regurgitate
what
the
he
same
says
information
get to you.
over and over, and doesn't tell anybody who these people are, because he's protecting them.
Exactly.
He's protecting these pedophiles. He is keeping them. He's the one who introduced him to his
abuser. Yeah.
And I don't, the fact that all these girls are coming forward to me and Kitty and telling us about how they've been drugged and raped, and after we were brave enough to come forward, and, granted, like, it's going to take a while for all those, women to, like, process their trauma, and, we're not going to say or do anything without them taking the lead.
Yeah.
But it still affects us that these women are calling us, in droves. It affects us. These women are calling us and telling us what happened to them, and that they're tired of listening to his lies, and they're tired of listening to him.
Absolutely. And like, he held on to names for so long. First it was, I gotta write my book. I'll tell the names in my book. Even in 93, when he wants to go back and they were asking him about Michael Jackson, like, they told him, go make the reports to the proper police departments. He never did it. He held on to these names literally for decades. So, he wants to say he's all about the kids and he's all about exposing the pedophiles. Well, what about the last few decades when you just sat on those names trying to get a payday out of them?
He probably doesn't even remember all the people that abused him because, and this is speculation, but let me explain the speculation, okay? I have one strange issue that took me like 14 years to overcome in regards to food. And I had like certain foods that were safe food and certain food that were not safe food. Not safe food, if I ate it, would give me extreme anxiety and panic attacks and all this kind of stuff. And that was one thing I noticed on tour when he was so weird about with the food issues, is everything that he ate on that tour, everything that he does eat are all pale white foods, and they're all vegetarian, and they're everything that he ate is on my list of safe foods. It's very specific and it's very bizarre, and that's why I noticed, like, wow, he only eats these very specific safe foods. And I know that was from being like tortured as a kid for me and what I went through. And so I know I don't remember all the people that abused me. I only have a couple of names because other people have told me, and I still don't know who those people are. I'm still trying to figure out where they are and where they like where they live, or I don't know who these people are. Like, I'm still trying to find them, because the amount of trauma that this whole whatever these people are doing in Hollywood, these pedophiles, they're drugging. They're doing what Corey's doing. He's drugging and raping girls. He learned it from somewhere because I was drugged, and so that's why I don't remember the faces of the abusers. I remember 5 people standing there around me on that table I was strapped to.
Oh my gosh.
Over and over and over and over and over again. And so, like, he might not know who abused him, but it doesn't mean that he's not being paid by whoever to like,
right, keep it quiet.
Cover up for them.
Right. Get the attention to other people. Oh, we've had, that's been another thing too. It's like stuff told to us, off the record, but like I said earlier, enough people tell you the same story. Like, we've been told that he was a handler, that he would set up cameras in movie trailers and, catch people like having sex, like married people, cheating on their spouses, and then he would blackmail, with those videos. Just like all kinds of crazy stuff. And that he was like getting paid by
Where did you hear this from?
I'll tell you privately.
Okay.
I'll tell you when we're done with this because I don't want to put their names out there like that. But I'll say I've even had lawyers that have contacted us and said that they know how he is and the things he's done, and that he's the one that's covering for pedophiles and everything else.
Yeah, I do believe he's covering for pedophiles. I do believe that. I believe that in my heart. I don't have any proof. I'm not the police, but I do believe that he is hiding the real Hollywood predators, and I think that that's his job. He gets paid to make this huge distraction and continually release the same names over and over that mean nothing. And accuse us of being friends with Marty Weiss, which, I did a little bit of investigation on Marty Weiss yesterday. I was reading his Twitters because I was like, why does he keep saying that we're friends with him? And I don't even know this guy. And yes, he was a convicted pedophile, which creeps me out because of fucking Corey, Marty Weiss sent me a Twitter message, which I've not responded to. But because of Corey, I'd like to not judge people or whatever because I'm a Christian, but I was abused by pedophiles, so I don't want to talk to Marty.
Right.
Good luck to him if he wants to be rehabilitated or whatever, and good luck to him if he wants to try to
right, and he
positive out of his life. But
like we're all like going. Yeah, I mean, he acts like we're going to movies and, hanging out at the pool with the guy. And like you said, you've never even spoken to him. Yes, I have here and there, but,
because of Corey Feldman, now I have a convicted pedophile writing me messages. And I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I didn't ask for that.
Right.
I don't know this person, and I don't want to know this person. We don't have to know everybody in the world.
Yeah. Well, and that's the same thing, the thing that they're trying to twist too, that, if they act like we're always talking to him, they will never be able to find one tweet of Marty's that I've ever liked or me even responding to his tweets. He responds to mine. That's fine.
He responds to ours. I saw, he retweeted some stuff of Kim's. He retweeted, so I'm like, okay, so he's retweeting us.
Well, and like I said, yes, he is a convicted pedophile, but that doesn't change the fact that he was in the industry with Feldman and was around and was a manager in the industry and that he knows stuff. That, him being a convicted pedophile doesn't change that other fact,
Yeah.
And in my opinion...
I also saw some
Sorry,
stuff.
go ahead.
Sorry, I saw some stuff on Marty Weiss. He's like against the sex registry, which I think is fucking horrifying.
See, I didn't even know that.
I want them all labeled.
Me neither.
Clearly labeled. And it's one thing if you like. If there's a 19-year-old boy who consensually has sex with a 17-year-old girl whose parents get mad and put him in jail and he's a sex register forever. I could see how that would be problematic, but maybe there's policy or something that could be put into place to sort of create some sort of leniency in very specific situations with very specific limitations. But other than that, no, I'm sorry, I don't care, Marty Weiss. I don't care that you fucked an 11-year-old boy for 3 years and then you went to jail for a fucking year or something. Go back to jail. Stop twittering me and retweeting me and...
Well, see, and that's what, and you should just block them, hon, because that's what, a lot of people have had to do, I have made the choice not to block him because, I feel that, the stuff that he says is true because he was in the industry. Now, am I going to ask the guy to come over to my house and for dinner? No. It's just a Twitter thing, but I make sure that, I've never liked any of his tweets. And like you just said that about the statue or the registry, I didn't know that. I don't go looking on his Twitter page and stalk and, see what he does.
Same.
Yeah, well, because I wanted to know, because I'm accused of being friends with them. I was like, let me see, who is this guy he keeps saying we're friends with? And I did some research and found out, yes, he is a convicted pedophile. And I saw his side of the story, and I saw the newspaper side of the story, and I read his tweets, and I'm just like, fuck you, Corey Feldman, for, now I got a pedophile sending me messages. Thank you very much, fucking Corey Feldman.
Yeah. Nikki, I'll give Polina that message privately. Since you're putting your phone number in, it's giving me the option to show the comment or not, and I'm not because I don't want these haters of ours to start harassing you and calling you. So just know I'm taking screenshots of it, and I'll give her that message privately.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Oh,
I think it's very brave of you guys to speak up again and don't let what he says get to your heart, because he's called us the same things he's called you. And he's done the same things. And it's on one hand, we could take it to heart and let it upset us, or we could take that as fuel to the fire and just go after him and expose what he is.
He is threatened by us 1,000%.
He better be
1,000%.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if he thinks things are bad now, he has no idea what's coming.
He's going on and we're gonna have the FBI investigate. It's like, well, I hope so, because I'm gonna get the FBI to investigate too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because I don't trust that he's not trafficking these women that he's drugging and raping. I don't trust that he's not a trafficker himself, because he's giving these girls dissociative drugs and they're all confused coming out of there like, what did I do? I don't know what I did. And it's like, you didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
You got Feldman.
And we just saw those tweets recently where there was a girl that I think was an angel or something, Kim, right? And he got her hooked on drugs and put her through hell, and she committed suicide in 2013.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
A friend of hers just recently tweeted about it, and then
No
Kim
way.
or somebody or Stacy found a tweet from Feldman when it happened and was like, "Oh, my good friend so and so just committed suicide," but her
No.
friend had tweeted just recently
No.
that that she didn't do any drugs. They were specific on the drug too, wasn't it? Didn't he say it was ketamine or MD? I forget. He just
he
said
does the ketamine and
that
the MDMA.
Feldman,
He does both.
yeah, Feldman got her addicted. Even maybe it was heroin or something, whatever it was,
I
and
think
she
it's
was
heroin.
hooked on it. What?
I think it was heroin. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think it was too now, and that she did drugs for 10 years and like couldn't recover from it, and she ended up committing suicide.
Well, that's not happening again.
Yeah.
That's not happening again. We're not losing any more women. That's not happening.
No.
Ni una más.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why it's so important that we keep doing.
I just want these women to know we're all here for them. The Wolf Pack, it started as a stupid nickname that Corey started because he didn't want to call me by my name. Like, he still keeps saying, "Oh, Jackie's girlfriend," as if I wasn't his costume designer, as if I didn't work for him, as if I wasn't his friend, as if I wasn't in his house, as if I wasn't, as if I didn't make $10,000 worth of costumes for him that he never paid me for. Okay, so fuck that guy. And the Wolf Pack is real now. The Wolf Pack is real, and we got teeth, and we're howling, and we're howling for the lives of the women lost by Corey Feldman, and we're howling for the women who are still struggling with addiction and still struggling with post-traumatic stress and trauma because of the abuse that they suffered. We will not be quiet. We will not be silenced. We will not shut up. We will not stop, and we will do whatever it takes. So be afraid, Corey.
Well,
be afraid. Because the
That.
Wolf Pack is real, and we're growing, and every day more people are becoming Wolf Pack because they understand that if you want to stop pedophiles and you want to stop sex trafficking and you want to stop, cult leader, evil villains who try to destroy women from small towns like Corey, we're gonna get them all.
Yep.
Yeah, and because of his nonsense that well, let me go back. When he got the restraining orders on us, I called probably a dozen different lawyers in LA and Hollywood, and about at least 50% of those lawyers, when I told them that, I was getting like free consultations, they all said that what a piece of shit he was and everything else. And since he's like been on this, campaign and doing these lives, we've had one lawyer that has been involved for over a year that, they can't stand him. But there's been other, just many people that have come to me and to us and have just told us so much stuff. Like when Scott did his interview last week, was it last week or the week before? So many people reached out to me, Kim, and Stacy.
Oh my God,
privately. I mean, it literally was the busiest, craziest, most insane week that I've had since I started this thing 2.5 years ago. Like, it was information overload. There wasn't enough time in the day to even, it was nuts.
I just hope that those people that contacted us follow through with what they're saying, because it's important that we stick together and that we all move forward. And you can't let him get away with this shit. And if you know someone that he has hurt and it's within the statute of limitations, I can't stress how important enough it is to report.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
little tricky right now with the coronavirus because the stations are not really making arrangements and stuff like that. But you know, this isn't gonna last forever, and Corey
No.
can't hide. Where is he?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Even when he hides, we find out where he is. Yeah.
Yeah, what she's trying to say, he's not at a swingers resort. It's like, whatever. Then why did you switch hotels? Because it certainly looks like he's not in the same room that he was in at the beginning of him being in Jamaica.
Okay, I saw something he posted that said people were like, "Well, what difference does it make if he's at a swingers club with his wife and blah blah blah?" Well, I figured out what the problem is, and the problem is this: he is targeting a lot of his fan base are God fearing Christians, and other people believe in God, and so a lot of these people, that's why they get so offended and disgusted, like, oh, Jezebel's sweet, and they're Satanists, which is a total lie, praise Jesus. Well, I know Kitty don't care about that, but I do. I very much care about that. I'm not a fake Catholic. I might not be like, a perfect one, but I'm trying. But the problem is when he's targeting all these Christians and other people who believe in God in his fan base and saying, oh, we have to stop them because this is the work of God. And then he's going to go right around and then go to a swingers club and then have all these massive orgies where he's drugging and raping women. I'm sorry, but that doesn't follow along the guidelines of what the divine order is in regard to ultimate respecting women and respecting their value and their dignity under what God has clearly said and commanded what our human dignity is. Our human dignity is not to be subservient sex slaves to some stupid, child actor who looks like a damn turtle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Well, I hope we are able to share things publicly here soon with everybody, and that people that have come to us are ready to talk here publicly soon. We by no means want to push people.
No.
Do it on their own terms, 100%. So yeah, I mean, like even you, Jackie and Paulina. I mean, you guys were like when Bobby was interviewing Margot and stuff. You guys were, handling things in a different way by trying to go get help by the lawyers and stuff. And like Bobby was, we weren't like hounding you guys, like, no, come to us. Yeah, it has to
Well,
be
yeah,
on
they
the.
had offered, and I remember Bobby had wanted to interview me, and at the time I didn't want to do it because, we had somebody who we're still not sure. We're still investigating who this person is who infiltrated and was pretending to manage this situation for us as an artist manager.
It was probably the guy in the blue van. Like, what about that? Did you guys ever like go and confront them? Were there people sitting in the van all the time?
I remember being freaked out a little bit seeing it parked out there, and it hadn't been parked out there until we were getting the death threats on Twitter. And then and then it was like every time we would leave or come back, like sometimes it would drive away or whatever. I never saw any person, but there was somebody in it, but I don't remember seeing anybody,
And it's like
it's just far enough away.
It's like all the crazy things that he like accuses of. I swear it's stuff that he does.
Yeah,
well,
he's
exactly. Like the fact that Kitty invited me to go with her to Marilyn Manson's freaking birthday party, and I went with her, and it's a party with no cameras, and yet somebody's in there taking pictures of us. The only picture from that party is me and Kitty, so he can prove that we're Satanists for hanging out with whatever.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Personally, I'm just like curious, and I'm always down for well, I used to be. Now I'm just like fuck Hollywood, but like I used to be down for whatever adventures because I was like, oh, it's Hollywood. What kind of fun can we get into? And so she invited me to that party, and I was like, that sounds interesting. I definitely don't know any of those people. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I didn't particularly like those people.
It's not
but I
my
don't know.
mic.
It's not my cup of tea.
No.
Whatever. I went to a party. That doesn't make me Satanist. We didn't eat children or rape anybody. People were not.
Buenas.
Yeah, Paulina, your mic is crackling or something.
It may be
Crackle,
the
crackle.
final shirt.
Crackle, crackle.
Or,
There, it stopped
yeah,
now.
just stopped. Yeah. Try to unmute it now. Maybe it got better because sometimes if you mute and unmute, no, it's still there. But you know, we can just go ahead and wrap this up. We're just right over the 2-hour mark, and we were trying to keep these a little bit shorter so if people don't catch them live. But this was obviously extremely important to do.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you, ladies, for coming on here, and just know that we're all here for you, and we have your backs, and we'll
And
get
we're
this
proud of
taken
you.
care of.
Can we
Yeah.
get a good
And
howl in?
huh?
Can we get a good howl in by the end?
Yes. On two. Ready?
Sure.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Oh, I should send you guys my wolf ears that we got from going to the Great Wolf
Yes.
Lodge. They give
So
you
we
I should
can.
send them to you guys. Or you know what? I need to come meet you guys for lunch or something, and I can just bring them to you.
Aw.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for the super chats and the donations. It's greatly appreciated. And we'll
Love
see
you guys.
everybody soon here.
All
Bye,
right.
guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Ow.